this weekend is Valentine's Day.
Aww, so romantic.
Some people are like, yeah. Some people are like, oh. I'm one of the people who are like, yeah, because love is fun.
Love is fun.
In honor of that, we went over the 13 best anime couples because there has to be the best.
Yes.
And we chose 13 plus and a great honorable mention that is just
that rounds it out
funny.
to 14.
So it's like,
I'm so
it's
happy
mostly
it's on the
13.
list.
Yeah, it's just it's a weird one. So kicking it off, we got some of the first defining couples of my childhood. Sailor Neptune and Sailor Uranus.
So important. They're not cousins.
They're not cousins.
They're not cousins.
Thank goodness.
They were, for the localization, they were changed to cousins, which was super weird.
Kissing cousins.
I mean, they
Kissing
never
cousins.
got to. I think Stars is where you see their relationship bloom a lot more too,
Right.
and more prominent.
It's
So.
just, in a show, like in an anime about love, they're such a strong couple and such a strong example of that. They're partners, they're girlfriends.
Yeah, way better than Usagi and Mamoru.
So much better. I love them so
kind of a low
much.
bar to jump over, but still, they're a really strong couple.
Yeah, and just it's important to see like non-straight couples in anime too. So that's another reason why they're important. Just aside from them being a great couple. So.
Yeah, another fantastic couple is from the recent My Love Story. I mean, it's all about being couples. Siri, stop. Yamato and Takeo from My Love Story are just the best at displaying like a young love and be feeling genuine. And it's very rare we see anime where the protagonists like get together.
Yeah,
make that the plot.
They get together immediately. I mean, a lot of romance anime is about the process of getting together. This is about the process of building a relationship and getting to see them bloom from like super, super shy to being able to hold hands is adorable. And they're so sweet, and the things they value about each other are really genuine, like earnest things.
And they share their love. Like they want to encourage other couples and encourage their friends. And I'm like, oh, it's a love fest in the best way possible.
Yeah, and they learn how other relationships don't always work the same way theirs does. And they learn from that too in trying to share their love. And it's just so beautiful. I love
think another one that's like about growth and love. And instead of people getting together immediately is Utena and Anthea and Revolutionary Girl Utena. And that show is all about their love. And kind of them, they're not romantic at first. They're just paired together because of circumstance. And a lot of the show is them figuring out who they are and breaking what they're supposed to be. Like, you were supposed to be this thing. And then together they find out themselves, like, who they can be and who they are together. So
yeah. And again, another unconventional couple, which is very important.
Yeah, and I love them. They're so good. There's so many good relationships in that one too. So it's just like, this entire show.
There is. I would pair to, if I had couples that were like, I would say Okabe and Kurisu and Holo and Lawrence, because their relationships are mature, they're brilliant. Both couples are produced of like brilliant people that are proud, they're a little bit stubborn. No matter what happens, it feels like they're destined to be together, even though there's kind of a question mark hanging over their heads. Like Holo and Kraft, Holo's an immortal goddess. She's 700 years old. Kraft is 25 years old, and he's a traveling merchant. And it's kind of open-ended as to what happens to them because of that dynamic, and yet you feel like they're supposed to be together. With Okabe and Kurisu, they're literally jumping different timelines, and it's Kurisu, who Okabe always goes to. She always believes him, despite the fact they're always clashing in this very humorous way. You just feel this instant chemistry and this trust between them, between these two brilliant minds. So
Speaking of fate, Inuyasha and Kagome, man, that show is actually just a big romance love triangle,
it's a big
square mess.
Yes.
And I know not everyone loves them together, but man,
I do.
They are destined.
Yeah, they're literally destined, because Kagome is like the reincarnation of Inuyasha's lovely lady, and they both sort of exist, and Inuyasha's always looking for his lost love, and yet he has this relationship with Kagome.
Yeah, and then like Kagome's there. It's like, no, Kagome. It's like, come on.
It's like, you're meant to be together.
Yeah, so seeing them together in the end and stuff is just wonderful.
Yeah, Kikyo and Kagome, they're kind of the same person, but kind of not. And in the end, Inuyasha and Kagome, for me.
Yeah. All that fan art paid off in the end.
It's all about the fan art.
Now you're talking to like how like opposites kind of attract, or like they don't really match up, but they work together so well.
Yeah. I love how angry they are at each other. I don't know, it's silly.
Yeah, their fights are wonderful.
Yeah.
A couple that kind of relate to that is Bon and Elaine from the Seven Deadly Sins. So like Bon is this selfish, just like loner type person that likes to steal things, and then Elaine is just this. She's like a fairy princess, and she guards the forest. And then they meet, and they build. It's weird. It's they're total opposites. She hated him when they met, obviously.
Yeah.
But they get to know each other, and they just work out, and like it's something that they love each other so much that they'll do anything for each other.
Yeah, it's always great, like with all these characters, that they always make each other better. And there's something that they strive for, and they are better because of it, because they're with this person too, and it's this constant encouragement and greatness that they see in each other.
Yep.
Let's see. Next, I'm going to bring up Rainin Kumiko from Sound Euphonium. Very rarely do you see an intimacy that's presented without being very physical or obvious. And I think that is a problem people had with the relationship, but I think was the strength of it too.
Yeah.
Is they were very subtle. Like you had these young girls in school, and they're trying to figure out their feelings and what they are to each other. And this whole time, Kumiko is just so nervous around Reina, and she just obviously is really into her. And Reina's just like, what do you want? And they just have like this most romantic scene ever of them two
at the top of the mountain.
At the top of the mountain. If you haven't seen it, it's so great for that. And it's just such a sweet relationship, and I think we really rarely ever see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
it's really nice to see again, like intimacy in, like they give each other a look, and it's this silent look, but you can tell they're communicating a lot.
Yeah,
it's one of those, and I think that's really special, even though there's not a lot of physical or any really physical stuff going on there.
Yeah,
so good. Switching gears completely, I want to talk about Taiga and Ryuji from Toradora, because they started out trying to help each other with their crushes, because they each had crushes on each other's best friends. And through that, they grow closer and closer. And there's this scene, their kiss scene is one of the best kiss scenes ever.
All right, I know what I have to go look up on YouTube right now.
It's just kind of like, I forget the exact wording, I don't want to butcher it, but it's like, coming, like it's a rough, dry wilderness, and it's like, show me again, and they do this whole kiss. It's the best ever, and she's just like this tiny little firecracker, and he's just this like sort of normal dude, and they come together, and
they make fireworks.
And yeah, that scene is incredible. Highly recommend watching that.
All right, excellent.
Next, two people who didn't really get along at first. Kyo and Toru Honda from Fruits Basket. Everyone said Yuki, and we're like, no, man, that's not gonna happen.
I was a Kyo shipper from the very beginning. The cool thing about them is Kyo has a really hard time dealing with his feelings and expressing his feelings, and she helps him through it a lot. And like we said earlier, one of the strong suits in all these couples is that they make each other better, and she helps him work through his temper and stuff. And through that, she learns a lot about him and accepts him for who he is.
It's just
even
the
though she's helping
sweetest
him.
thing.
Yeah, and even when he's his cat self or his demon self, she still cares for him.
Yeah,
and it's about, she does help him improve himself, but she likes him regardless. I like that one.
That's just satisfying when people recognize other people's flaws and they accept them.
Yeah.
They don't try, like they try to help them, but not necessarily change who they are.
Yeah, that's like an important part. It's not like I'm not changing you, I'm accepting you and working through something that you're having issues with.
Yeah.
So it's cool.
Like, I like you for the way you are now or the way you want to be.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
Someone said that to me.
I know who it is.
Yeah, me too. So sweet.
Oh my gosh. Next.
Speaking
Mike?
So yeah, on the same thread you guys are going, where people they change each other. I chose Flit and Emily from Gundam Age. So their relationship pretty much defines the series, and they're childhood friends. He's a young Gundam pilot / like developer. He also works on Gundam, and then Emily's just a civilian, right? So she doesn't do much in terms of the battles and whatnot. So she worries about him to the point where she'll do anything to protect him, and then he gets super serious and super angry when it comes to battles, and so they find this balance. And as time goes by, you know, it's a long-lasting relationship that definitely makes one of the best couples, or you know, the most.
Yeah.
It's like, because in a lot of shonen, there's not a lot of couples, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and that like just for sure, like, you know, they're gonna live forever, whatever. This
It's like
couple
an
is what
endgame
is that?
thing.
Yeah.
Aw.
Like they'll be old, grow old, and
Speaking of not growing old together.
Well,
well, I mean, this whole thing is spoilers.
Yeah,
I mean,
oh,
a lot
yeah,
of these
yeah,
are
we know
endgame
that.
things. Suzaku and Euphemia from Geass. Rip.
yeah, bye.
The biggest tragedy in romance ever. Euphemia is just such a wonderful character, and she's such a big catalyst for a massive shift in the show when things were just going positive for so many people, and her tragedy just upsets everything. And that's one of the reasons I put them on here as romance, is just because they represent some, like, this weird purity in a place that's just awful, and they always just feel so genuine, and they're just so cute together. Oh gosh. Yeah, there's some great fan art out there, so just look it up.
It doesn't always have to have a happy ending to be an amazing romance.
Right.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah. Last one, Android 18 and Krillin from Dragon Ball.
I love Android
Oh,
18.
and Krillin, yeah.
Yeah. Awkward times holding babies, right?
Yeah. See, the fun thing is I don't, that arc I didn't really follow too much.
Yeah.
But I know who they are, and I know that they're together. And it's like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like, it's just like, oh, it's that couple.
It's
Yeah.
it's there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're also one of our great couples. And to just kind of round this segment up, we have our honorable mention.
Yes. Best mention.
Pikachu and Ketchup.
Yes.
Best couple in the world.
So, yeah. So this is from episode 42 of
Oh, we should buy a
Pokemon.
bottle of ketchup.
Yeah,
That's
I was
the-
watching it. Yeah, I was watching it earlier today.
Oh my gosh.
It's so dumb and so
It's
great.
A beautiful
love
love story. I watched an AMV set to My Heart Will Go On of this episode when the ketchup bottle breaks and Pikachu's crying. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
but I
so
love it.
if you didn't know about that, Pikachu loves ketchup so much, and the bottle breaks in the end of the episode and just cries. So
It's
Love
really
that
important.
episode.
Go watch
yeah,
episode 42 of
it's so
Pokemon.
important that there's a lot of ketchup brands in Japan that will market with Pikachu. So
Wow.
yeah,
That's
there was a
cool.
promotion recently with a ketchup brand, and they had like little Pikachu toppers that
Yeah.
are collectible, and
That is super smart.
yeah.
That is good marketing.
And
I mean,
there's-
it's something that Miranda and I would buy for sure.
yeah,
Oh.
I almost
Oh my
bought.
gosh.
There's these special art of Pikachu holding ketchup on
Yeah.
bags and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
like, man, it's perfect.
I saw like a
Oh my
cushion.
gosh.
Yeah.
I really want
Oh,
a
no.
plush with the ketchup. That's like, if they made that, I would buy it in every size. It's a very important relationship.
Anyway, so those are our 13 anime couples that we love, plus our honorable mention. Let us know who you guys love. What relationships out there just speak to you or are everlasting and just beautiful or tragic and sad? Let us know in the comments.